This is Irish Illustrated's 1, 2, 3. That's one question, two analysts, and 3 minutes. And our question for today, Notre Dame had a bunch of free agents sign after the draft. Which Notre Dame free agent has the best chance of landing on a roster?
You know, it's been a lot easier if Alohi Gilman wasn't drafted, because I would have said him for his special teams acumen. But for the same reason, I'm going with the guy I think would have been picked next year had he been allowed to return to Notre Dame, and that's Jameer Jones. Jameer Jones is a guy that can play special teams. I think Notre Dame fans forget. He, as a freshman and sophomore, led them in tackles on special teams in the same class as Chase Claypool, was also on those special teams coverage units. I'm going to go with Jones because I think he was a budding future pro at the end of his career at Notre Dame, and he could stick because of his special teams ability, but I think Jameer Jones became a very good player under Mike Elston and unselfishly lost his last year to play at Notre Dame.
I look at Notre Dame safety Jalen Elliott as a late round draft choice that is a free agent. I mean, I'm surprised. I know he ran a 4.8 at the combine, but then he ran a good time in an individual workout. And this is a guy who played pretty good football for 2 years. So
yeah.
I'm kind of cheating with him because I do think that he was a guy that certainly could have been picked late. But and Chris Fink is a guy, because of his punt return ability, can latch on to a roster that is maybe lower echelon in the NFL. But my pick is going to be Tony Jones Jr. He was signed by the Saints. I'm not necessarily saying that he'll make the Saints team, but I think there is a ton of versatility there to go with a guy that, you know, quite frankly, has a hard time breaking 4.6 in the 40, but he's great in pass protection. He can catch the football. He is a tough runner. I think he'll get stronger and maybe pick up a little bit of speed as he matures a little bit more physically. So I think there's guys there. I'm not as optimistic as a lot of other people are with Notre Dame's free agents landing on a spot, but I think there are a couple guys, including the guy you said, Tim, Jameer Jones, that has a possibility.
Yeah, a lot of the free agents is the more you can do, and Tony Jones can do a lot, as you point out. And I think he can play special teams too. They all did it earlier in their career at Notre Dame. Guys like Chase Claypool kept doing it. Alohi Gilman kept doing it. And the more you can do, the more you can help an NFL team. And though you're right, I think people are optimistic. There's too many. You can't say like all these guys are going to stick. Any of them could. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not going to discount. I would be very surprised if Dante Vaughn stuck because he didn't play special teams. But Asmar Bilal, we haven't mentioned, he could stick, right? All these guys could stick.
Well, Asmar Bilal's skill set is as good as anybody on this list.
Right. So I'm not going to say, certainly they're not all going to stick, but any of those five could.
I would agree. I would say Dante Vaughn will not. Now, he does bring size.
He does. Just the lack of special teams ever is weird for him.
Yeah. You know, maybe somehow he's a late bloomer because he does have that body that he can translate that into an NFL player. But no, there's probably only going to be one or two that make it, and our picks are in. That's one question, two analysts, 3 minutes on Irish Illustrated.